Hi, this is Michael Behrens. It's June 27th, 2021. I'm in Corpus Christi, Texas at the Packery Channel Park, which is a birding hotspot, especially during spring and fall migration. But today I'm here to look for odonates, to look for dragonflies and damselflies on the last day of the Odolympics, a citizen science event organized by John Abbott at odonatacentral.org to try and find as many odonates, dragonflies and damselflies in a week as we can and report them. And as I'm saying this, I just saw red saddlebags fly by, so that'll be my first dragonfly on my list that I just started for this location. I'm going to try to hit a couple other locations this afternoon. It's a Sunday, it's a hot, sunny Sunday afternoon, and I'm excited to be able to contribute even a little bit to this project, and let's see what I can find. Here's a band-winged dragonlet. It's a female, I believe, that doesn't have the dark bands on the wings. This has been a pretty common species in the Port Aransas area since I've been here the past few weeks. And so I'm not surprised to find one here at Packery Channel. And there's at least two, so I bet I'll see a few more while I'm here. This dragonfly is obelisking. It's sticking its abdomen towards the sun to expose less surface area directly horizontally to the sun to control its body temperature to not heat up quite as much on this hot sunny day. Here at Packery Channel so far, the dragonfly diversity is a little low. Like I thought, there are several band-winged dragonlets around and a few spot-wing gliders in the air, one red saddlebags, and so far I think that's been it. There's still some spaces I need to check, but it's also just nice to be out here to get a little bit away from the highway and away from a lot of people. And you see the open space behind me. It's really relaxing just to spend a little bit of time in a place like this, regardless of what wildlife I'm seeing. Here's a band-winged dragonlet showing a little more of its namesake. That's a mature male with the dark bands on the wings. It looks pretty dark in this video, but this is a red saddlebags perched on top of one of the bare trees and hanging on, facing into the wind, as you often see them. The saddlebags name comes from those dark patches on the base of their hind wings. So this is Michael Behrens. I'm at my second stop today, the last day of the Odolympics, at a little place called the Willows birding hollow. It's an eBird hotspot. It's a little freshwater pond with willow trees growing in and around it. That's right in between the Seagull and Sandpiper condominiums on Highway 361. And it's developed into a neat little birding spot over the years, and I'm going to see what dragonflies I can find and damselflies. Right off the bat, I stepped out of the car and saw a 4-spotted pennant perched up high, so I'll see if I can get a picture or two of that and see what else I can find. Here's that 4-spotted pennant. Pretty neat dragonfly. It likes to perch high places like this. And you can compare it to the band-winged dragonlet. It has spots on the wings instead of bands that cross the whole wing. You can see those are more rounded spots instead of bands. And perched right over the pond, here's a beautiful male Needham's skimmer. It's similar to the neon skimmer and flame skimmer you can find in other parts of the state. It's a little bit of a slimmer dragonfly. Often has a little bit of a dark line down the middle of the abdomen. You can see that red coloration in the forward edges of the wings too. Really cool to find one of these on my Odolympics count this afternoon. And right by the Needham skimmers, this male eastern Pondhawk. These start out green and black and white, and the males turn this blue. Their head and face stay green, but the rest of them turns mostly a sort of a little bit of a powdery blue. Here's a slightly different angle on the Needham skimmer male, same individual, just changed its angle. You can see there's that bottom wing on the left is a little bit worn. It has that notch missing along the back edge, and like butterflies, dragonfly wings, once they're damaged, they don't restore. So a dragonfly's life can be limited by the wear and tear on its wings. Although I think at maximum their lifespan as adults is 1 or 2 months. Here's a blue dasher dragonfly. This has been the most numerous around this little pond here at the Willows so far this afternoon. The male blue dashers, their abdomen turns that powdery blue, but their thorax remains different colored, like black and yellow stripes. Really neat little dragonfly. I estimate there's been 7 or 8 of these so far. One bonus I got at the Willows was this magnificent Frigatebird flying over my head. They have a 7 or 8 foot wingspan. They have this menacing silhouette like a dark pterodactyl or dragon. They're a pelagic species you only find near the coast. It was really fun seeing this bird so up close while I was looking for dragonflies, and had probably the closest thing to a real dragon fly over my head. Well, a relatively short walk around this little pond yielded more blue dashers. That was the most numerous species, about 15 or so of those, and bandwing dragonlets. There were a half a dozen maybe. And there was just the one Needham skimmer, the one 4-spotted Pennant, and a few eastern meadowhawks. And I just heard a red-winged blackbird sing behind me. And one extra treat was a magnificent Frigatebird that flew over. That was really cool. Those big dragon, pterodactyl-like creatures. Really neat to have them around. So I think my next stop is going to be the Turnbull Birding Center. I'm here at my last stop at the LEONABELLE Turnbull Birding Center in Port Aransas. And one of the first dragonflies I spotted is this neat male SEASIDE Dragonlet. Little dragonfly that can reproduce in brackish salt water. The only species we have, I believe, in this country that can do that. And so they're a common species along the coast. The males turn dark like this, but the females look like little tigers, black and orange stripes. It's really neat looking little bugs. We'll see what else I can find. Here's a female SEASIDE Dragonlet, and you can see the cool tiger stripes I was talking about. Dramatically different appearance than the male. Really neat. I think a really cool looking patterns dragonfly. Here's a neat bug. It caught my eye. It didn't quite look like a dragonfly. It's an antlion. I believe this is a mature antlion. The little insects that dig little conical holes in the sand and live at the bottom of them and trap ants and other small insects. This is what they grow up to look like. similar to dragonflies, but look at those antennae, and the wings are not, they don't spread quite the same. Really cool. I'm at my final stop this afternoon for the Odolympics, looking for dragonflies and damselflies. I'm at the Port Aransas LEONABELLE Turnbull Birding Center. A little rain came through, dropping the temperature a little bit, making it very nice and pleasant to be out here. And as I expected, the predominant species here at the birding center has been the SEASIDE Dragonlet, a tiny little dragonfly that can breed in brackish water and salty water. So they're often the most numerous species this time of year down at coastal sites. It's really been a pleasant afternoon looking for dragonflies and damselflies for the Odolympics, and I'm really happy to have participated and happy to be able to share it with everybody.